Hi guys, I am here for a month in review for February. This first one that I completed was Snickerbeak from Pam Diamond Paintings. It was a 60 by 60 round. I finished it on February 9th of 26. It was my overall completion 111, my first one for February, and my fifth one for the year. I believe I have a breakdown on this particular kit already on the channel, but I gave it 8 out of 10 on a confetti. There was quite a bit of confetti, especially in certain parts of the background and then in his fur. A little bit of trash on the drills. One dust drill had a particularly large amount of trash. The bottom of the drills were concave. Pam Diamond Paintings is no longer in business, so this is Stacy Deal. I've never seen her with any other company, so I don't know if you can get any of her stuff somewhere else or not. This one did have waves in the back of the canvas, which you can still see. I think the plastic cover might have got put on a little too soon. I think I had certain parts where it was really hard to get the plastic off the canvas. It was stuck to the glue. And I think I noticed that because Pam did the 2 sheets of plastic, and I believe the top was fine, and then the bottom in this area here, it was where I was starting to have issues getting the plastic off. But that is all for Snickerbeak. My next finish was a custom of my Shih Tzu, Chewy. Let's see, this one would have been completion number 112, second for February, and 6th for 2026. And I finished this one February 25th of 26. It's a 60 by 75 round, no specials on this one, and there was 45 colors. I gave confetti a 6 out of 10. Certain parts in the background, like up top, is basically like all checkerboarding. And I think that was kind of the worst of it. And then I had the same thing down in the bottom, like in this area. There's probably 6 or 7 different colors actually down there. So that took the longest, but otherwise there was quite a few chunks of color blocking throughout the canvas. This is an Evermoment canvas. Let's see. I didn't have any issues with it. The canvas was great, the glue was great, and the drill quality, I really didn't have any trash, just small amounts. But he turned out pretty cute. And then my last finish I finished today, which is I believe the 27th. So we only have 1 day left this month. And I'm not gonna get nothing done. So I figured I might as well just get this filmed. Let me see if I can zoom you in a little bit here. So this is overall completion number 113, 3rd for February, and my 7th for 2026. This is a Diamond Art Club Amazon kit, Magical Red Rose by Peggy Collins. It is a 13 by 13 or 32.9 by 32.9 centimeters. It had 50 colors, 2 of which were ABs and 3 were fairy dust. The grid was tight. Probably the tightest grid I think I've ever worked with. There is little to no gapping. Maybe a tiny bit over here. But yeah, you really had to smush those drills in there. Otherwise the canvas and everything was fine, but again, the glue was almost non-existent. I ended up using whose wax did I use? I don't remember whose wax I used, but I used some wax from one of the other kids. It was the blue wax anyway. And that wasn't horrible, but with the metal placers, I don't like how that cheaper wax works. I don't know. But yeah, I was able to, and I don't know if I would be able to even use a plastic metal placer for a grid this tight. I did a lot of single placing on this one because of how tight it was. It was too hard to get anything in. And this one had probably, I don't know, 25 to 30% of those drills that are like sharp on the top. So I want to roll it, but is it even gonna hit the drills that aren't peaked? I don't know, and I'm afraid it's gonna wreck those drills that are more of a pyramid shape because they stick out so much more. So I don't know, I might try and roll it, but I don't want to ruin those drills either. But I like the finish. I think I might end up at some point framing this one and putting it in like the spare bathroom or something, just for hanging something up in there. And I don't know if I should. I know when I was placing my drills and I go to move one, I had drills just kind of flinging everywhere. It was not fun, but hopefully they get that issue fixed at some point. That's it for my completions as far as diamond paintings go. And then I did one Lego set. Which I forgot to grab. But my husband got me, I think it's called, let's go back so I get it right. Plum Blossom for Valentine's Day. So I did get that put together, I think the day after Valentine's. And then, let's see, I completed 2 games in February. Resident Evil Village and Spider-Man 2. I completed both of those. And then I read 7 books. So I read One for the Money by Stephanie Plum. Definitely a 5-star. I love Janet Ivanovich's books. I've actually read the first, I think 12 or 13, but I decided to reread them. And she's got 20 some books, almost 30, I think, or maybe it is in the 30s now, I don't know. But it's a good series, and it's one that makes you laugh. So anything that makes me laugh is an automatic 5-star, no matter what. And then I listened to Baby Doll on audiobook. I'm not sure what I rated that one. It wasn't bad. It's about a girl that got kidnapped by her teacher, and she eventually escapes, and I'm not going to give a lot of detail in case anybody wants to read it or listen to it. And then I read Beautiful Ugly. That one was okay. I was expecting it to be a lot better than what it was, but it's basically a writer that his wife comes up missing, and they eventually assume she's dead, and he's unable to write, so then he goes to this cabin that his the lady he works with for his books sends him to, and yeah, I don't know, it was just crazy, but they basically blame him for everything. Then I read Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. That was a 2-star. It was very confusing, very repetitive, and it wasn't a good book. And then I read Two for the Dough, which is another Janet Ivanovich, the second book in the series. Of course, that was a 5-star. Falling Like Leaves is more romance, which I don't typically read. but it was a really good book. So if you like kind of lighter romance type books, again, that one made me laugh out loud and was a 5-star. It was a really good book. I highly recommend. And then the last one I finished was Finding Grace. That one was pretty good too. I gave it 4 stars. If I remember correctly, that one might have had some grammar errors, which drives me crazy in a book. And that was Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow had a lot of grammar errors, spelling errors. So that is it for reading. Now for March. My main whip that I'll be working on in March which is the last one I have here. I have one more, which is my cross-stitch conversion, but I don't have the canvas. It still blows my mind that I don't have the canvas for that. But, oh, this thing is a beast. I will be working on Steampunk Prowess. I've only got the top 2 rows done on this one. I don't think I'm gonna get it done this month. I'm hoping. I had an interview on Monday, I think, and I should find out this coming up Monday if I got the job or not. They had to wait for another employee, one of the higher ups that was out of town this week, but she did have a few more interviews after mine. But I'm hoping I get that job, so it's gonna be longer hours because I'll have to be there at 5 a.m. and I probably won't get home until close to 5 p.m. So I don't know how much time painting I will get in if that's the case. But I am excited to go back to work because I am going crazy and getting very crabby sitting at home every day. But this is my main kit I plan on working on. It's got 65 colors and 2 AVs. This is before fairy dust. It does have the sectioned off sheet. It's the thinner sheet though. And it doesn't have the lines on it. So I'll have to use some tape to kind of mark off. So otherwise I'm trying to put drills down on the plastic. And then one of the kits I plan on working on the side would be the one my husband got me, which is Bubbles. And this is a 13 by 13 or 32.8 by 32.8 centimeter. Round, of course, because Steampunk is a square. And when that one gets done, I will work on this one my husband got me for Christmas. It's just a cowl with some sunflowers. It's pretty cute. And then if I still am not close to getting this one done and I'm still burnt out on the color palette, I will work on this Make Market, the small canvases, which actually aren't all that small. These are a decent size compared to most minis. I did shove these back in the package, so it's I don't know what size these are. What does it say? 5 by 7. They look bigger than 5 by 7, but so I will work on these if I get those 2 done and I'm still needing a break from the big square. Otherwise, that's all I have planned for March. And I am kind of curious to see how much I actually get done. I might take the bookmarks out too, because I have those sitting down here yet. I wouldn't mind working on those. I don't know that you'd be able to actually use them as a bookmark. I think it'd be too thick. But I don't know, I'll figure out something to do with them. But that's about all I've got for now, so I will talk to you guys in the next one. Have a good day, y'all, and happy diamond painting.